was bouncing from acting at every acting studio. Like, I'll stay for like 6 months or a year. I'll get something. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna take that, go to this one, take that. Every time I got bored, if I found myself on my phone or texting, I know I've gotten what I needed out the studio. I'm not gonna waste my money. So I was just bouncing around. But was I booking at that time? I was not booking. I didn't start booking work until I stopped going to acting classes.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Givin Game, the podcast. I'm your host, Rickey! And today's guest, we have another special one, y'all. My next guest, you've seen her in Ballers, The Rookie, Showtime's The Good Lord Bird, Timeless, Mayor of Kingstown, and she's also done 5 seasons of Dr. Pepper's hit commercial campaign, Fansville. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Natasha Marc.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love that intro.
Hey, man, gotta compare it.
So special.
Yeah, you are. That's everybody's special when they come on here. I want to give everybody their flowers and highlight what you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm like, what are we about to talk about?
We about to get into the nitty gritty.
I'm really blessed.
Really blessed.
Yeah,
really blessed.
Really blessed.
I always start this off with where are you from originally?
New Orleans. Born and raised.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, NOLA.
NOLA.
How long were you out there before you came to LA?
I am a rescuee of Hurricane Katrina.
What?
Yeah, that's what brought me out here.
Shut the fuck up.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina brought you out here.
Mm-hmm. My first time ever on a plane. I had never been on a plane before.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I had left New Orleans, but I only went to like Mississippi, and it was in a car because that's where my grandparents are from. But yeah.
Wait, okay. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that story. So you're a rescuee, like were you like stranded, like in the what?
Yeah, I was on the roof of my high school that is no longer in existence.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they didn't reopen or rebuild my high school, which freaking sucked. So yeah.
So
yeah. Like my mom, my dad, they evacuated. My brother evacuated. He went to Texas. I was the only one that stayed behind. A little fast ass stayed behind when my boyfriend didn't know what was about to happen.
Wait, so they called the eviction order and people left and you just stayed behind?
Yeah, but they always call eviction orders. Like, we are so used to hurricanes in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to like walking, playing in water up to here. It wasn't a big deal to us. Like, this is what you grow up doing.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have gotten, I mean, you've seen the stories, the freaking documentaries. It wouldn't have gotten to what it got to without the levees breaking. So it was the levees, the aftermath of the hurricane that flooded the city out.
Yeah, and I've seen the levees. Yeah, because when I was out there, one of like my drivers, he was like, "Yeah, that's where sea level should be." Mm-hmm. And I was like,
we're below sea level.
What? I was like, y'all this far below sea level? Like, this is crazy.
And then there's like so many stories out there now, like revealing people's experiences and stuff. There's this documentary called Katrina Kids right now that I just can't even bring myself to watch it because I'm like, I watched this one about 2 weeks ago. It's called 5 Days of a Memorial. Memorial Hospital. It's a hospital out there. So it's like behind the scenes of what happened in the hospitals in New Orleans and like how this doctor was put on trial because she basically put some people to sleep. She put them down because they couldn't rescue and save everyone. So she injected them to like
as a way of giving them like a peaceful like passing instead of having to go through.
Yeah, everybody couldn't get saved.
Damn, that's crazy.
Part of my journey.
Part of your journey. So that was the reason you came to LA.
I always wanted to come to LA to pursue acting, but I never had the discipline or the mentality to actually like work and save money to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't brought up with the foundation of how to save your money or like invest your money or like have a savings account. Like we're very into like fashion in New Orleans, so we live check to check. So every time I got paid, I'm buying some sneakers and like outfits. So I remember meeting Jamie Foxx really young, and I was like, I want to be an actor. He was like, you want to be an actor? You need to move to LA. And I was like, move to LA?
What?
And he's like, you want to move? You want to be an actor? You got to move to LA. And so I started like trying to figure out how much it cost to move, and it just never happened. And then when Katrina happened, I was like, I gotta go somewhere. The city is gone.
The city, yeah.
It's like, where are you gonna go? So a lot of people went to Atlanta, Tennessee. My mom and dad went to Tennessee. My brother was in Texas. Everybody was all over.
What?
And I went to.
So it took a catastrophe to get you to LA.
And never moved back home.
So were you acting in New Orleans when you were?
Yeah, I
before
did
Katrina?
smaller, like, independent stuff, like getting my feet wet. I did some movies that I do not want to be dug up. Yes, I did.
Keep those in the vault. Those are the...
Like, do not go looking for me, okay?
So you were doing like stuff like that. Were you training out there too? Or?
I did some like acting studios, some theater. I did theater in high school. Took theater and fine arts in college. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had some experience.
So you had some experience.
Yeah.
When you got to LA, was that when you were like, all right, I'm going to dedicate, everything to acting, or like you were just trying to like rebuild from the, Katrina?
I was trying to get my life together. Mm-hmm. Like I was trying to figure out where I was going to live, how I was going to do this, getting a job. My first roommate situation that I had, it was 4 guys. It was me and 4 guys.
Damn.
In a 3-bedroom apartment in like the worst part of North Hollywood. It was a disaster. But a learning experience. I was trying to rebuild. I needed to pay my bills. Like I knew I was in the right place.
Yeah.
But I also knew I didn't want to go back home. So I was like, whatever I gotta do to stay out here, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So I say the first 3-4 years was mainly me trying to support myself to stay here. Within the first 2 years, I ran into Master P. I had enrolled myself in this theater school out here.
What theater school?
It was called Bobby Jean. I cannot believe I remember that because my memory is horrible. Master P was on this open call for a play he wanted to bring on the road called Uncle Willie's something.
Okay.
But basically, it was about Hurricane Katrina. So I was like, bet, game, I'm in there. Like, I just went through the shit. So I go there and I audition, and he's in the audience and Romeo's in the audience. And he's like, where you from? And my accent was like mad heavy. What? And I was like, I'm from home. And I didn't say New Orleans because he's from New Orleans. I was like, I'm from home. He's like, come here. So like, he like took me under his wing and like, got me some clothes, got me some food. I mean, that relationship didn't end up well. I'm not going to air him out right now. But yeah, he did open my eyes and gave me an opportunity that was cut short by some shady shit. But like, it was basically telling the story of a Hurricane Katrina. He needed me because you
really just lived it, especially it was fresh. So that was like your first.
That was like my
booking
first
out here in LA.
Out here, yeah.
Really?
And I think I was like working at the mall, like at the Sanrio store or something. I was like, I made it. Yeah. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm like calling my mom, like, Mama, I made it.
Yeah.
Had no idea what I was getting myself into. So
what?
Yeah, from there, I had to just learn the ropes. I got into a bunch of different acting schools, but what kept me behind or why I wasn't succeeding at the time, I had all this raw talent, but I wasn't polished. So I was a cute girl, but I didn't know how to speak. So I've had many speech coaches. Like to this day, I still have a speech impediment.
Really?
It's one of my insecurities. Well, it's probably my only. I'm not an insecure person, but I'm not as confident when I'm speaking because I'm always consciously replaying like how I'm saying certain things. So I remember like trying to get an agent, trying to get a manager, and no one would hire me. Like no one would take me on.
What?
And it was this one shady dude. I can cuss on here.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Because I got a pouty mouth.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm a sailor over here, man.
So it's this one shady dude. I say he was shady because, you know, when you're younger, you don't know too much.
Yeah.
He was interviewing girls at his home in the hills. So I know he was shady. Like, you're a manager and you got these young girls coming to your home.
Hell no.
And I remember, like, my first car that I bought, it was like this broken down as station wagon. It was $600. It was a lemon.
What?
But I needed transportation.
Hey, get you to point A, point B.
I remember having my friend, I was like, can you ride with me to this manager's house? It's, you know, I don't want to go by myself because I don't know this nigga.
Yeah.
So I had my shank on me, right?
Yeah.
This is after me, like, trying to get a manager and agent for, like, I don't know, a few years. No one will take me on. I auditioned for him. He said, you have a lot of good raw talent. He was like, but you're never going to work a day in Hollywood. So he was like, you should go back home. And I was like really like, what's the word? Hot-headed back then. So he lucky he didn't catch a fade, right? Back then, like, anyone say something that I didn't like or look at me shot sideways or step on my sneakers, I was knocking them out. Like, Rickey, you were probably like, who are you? But that's just who I was.
Yeah.
So when he told me that, just the spirit came over me. It was like, Tosh, this is a white man. You in the hills. Nobody might not find your body. Like, calm down. So he was like, you're a very beautiful girl. The roles that you will go out for are very suburban. He's like, you don't know how to speak. You're ghetto. He was like, no one would never marry. So then I started popping off. He was like, look at you. Just what I said. He was like, no one is going to hire you acting like that. No one is going to marry you acting like that. And you'll never be anyone's mother acting like that.
Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Did you take that as a challenge? Like, I'm about to show you, motherfucker. Like,
yeah. Please don't tell me I can't do something.
Yeah.
So I left his place, got into anger management. No, I legit did. I knew I needed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I got into anger management. I got into church. I went through a few speech coaches because at the time, like, I liked the challenge, but I also, like, felt defeated at most times when I couldn't, like, master something in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I just worked on myself. I got a life coach. And I worked on myself. Like, I worked on myself day and night, and I didn't go into another interview for another rep until, like, I don't know, 2-3 years later, because I didn't feel confident.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did something similar to that when I had, like, my first audition with a manager. Mm-hmm. I went in for them, and I didn't have any acting class. I think I was, like, 2 weeks in the acting class. Mm-hmm. He's a big manager. Went in, did the audition, did a monologue, and I never forget. He was just like, in the middle of my monologue, like, "Oh my God, this is great." And it was weird for me because I'm used to acting class, so I'm used to the lights and everything. But I can see him, I can see his reaction. I'm like, "Damn, this is weird." And he's like, Rickey, you're great. You need to get training. Just come back and. Like,
I think because the way you like. Mocking him right now.
You know exactly.
I met with him too. And he did not sign me.
So yeah.
I legit auditioned for him 3 times.
Really?
And he kept bringing me back because he was like, you remind me of a younger Halle Berry.
Wow. Yep, you already know.
And then so he kept saying but he saw something in me. So he was like, I want you to go to Ivana Chubbuck. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, then I want you to go to John Rosenfeld. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, then I want you to work with this speech coach. He was like, have you worked with her before? And I was like, this bitch is like $400 an hour. I'm about to
it's like,
not today.
But that's the thing. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not auditioning until I'm fully trained up and ready to hit the town.
You don't want to humiliate yourself. Or
Exactly.
Like yourself.
So I can definitely empathize with you on that for sure because I felt that. I was like, all right, I'm not auditioning. I'm not going for no manager, no agent until I finish this course and I really feel confident in my skill set as an actor to go back and
I didn't want to burn no bridges. I didn't want to, like, you know, be put in a position where I meet a casting director that can actually give me an opportunity and they see where I'm at that very moment, not like fully flourished in my craft or like owning my talent.
Yeah.
And then I don't get the opportunity later on when I'm really ready. So I was like,
That's a good one. Yeah.
you can act at any age.
Yeah. It's people, but people want it fast. People want it real
People want it
fast. That's
and
why.
then like for whatever reason, like I don't know if they tell white actors this, but they tell a lot of black actors like you should start when you're an adolescent. Like when you're a teenager and you're in your 20s, you're already behind in the game. You're already too old. So like for a long time, I felt like I couldn't go to acting in schools because I was going to be in there with like kids and like, you know, they're going to be looking at me like, why this grown ass woman in class with us, you know? So like it was a lot of like unfuckery that I had to do to really get myself where I'm at.
Wow. So you went and worked on yourself.
I worked on myself.
I feel that's key for like actors and, you know, artists watching this. It's like,
worked on myself.
if you know you need work, like that's only going to make you a better artist at the end of the day. Like if you have a speech impediment or stuff like that, like work on it.
You know the New Orleans like twang. Like I don't know if
baby.
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 You know, like every time I like watch Toya, like or Regine or whatever, like as soon as I step off the plane when I go home, like my whole family is still in New Orleans, so it comes right back. Or don't get me tipsy or don't get me pissed. And it's like, oh, there she go. My friends love it, but I'm like, yo, I can't talk like this all the time. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get higher. Like, I know you guys like it, but like,
you gotta like know when to turn it on and turn it off for certain, you know, roles and stuff.
And that's another thing. For a long time, I didn't know how to turn it off and on. So I was like, my friends remember like being in some of the like newer speech classes, and I used to over enunciate every syllable, and they're like, why are you talking like that? And I'm like, well, I have to get it.
You're like, I have to
and then I'll be like, well, don't laugh at me, like correct me if I'm saying something off, like, because you got to think about it. If no one never teaches you, how you know? So you're laughing at me because I pronounced something wrong, but like my teachers were illiterate as hell in New Orleans. Like we all spoke like this. So how I don't know any different. I haven't like traveled the world. Like my family, they don't know how to speak. My mom, she gets annoyed when I try to correct her today. She's like, girl, like she ain't changing.
But if you don't know, like
you don't know.
If you don't know. I know you said you took John Rosenfeld and
I've been to
Ivana
almost
Chumley.
every
Like what other classes have you taken, or which ones were like the most impactful for you as far as like your artistry goes?
I was bouncing from acting at every acting studio. Like I'll stay for like 6 months or a year. I'll get something. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna take that, go to this one, take that. Every time I got bored, if I found myself on my phone or texting, I know I've gotten what I needed out the studio. I'm not gonna waste my money. So I was just bouncing around. But was I booking at that time? I was not booking. I didn't start booking work until I stopped going to acting classes.
What? That, you know, it's funny. I had my other guest, Amos Blackman. He said the same exact thing. And I don't think I've told people, but does the same thing with me too. Because I was
so mechanical, so in my head where I'm supposed to do it like this, or I'm supposed to do it like that, or I got to do this, instead of just being me and being present and like trusting that I know what I'm doing. And I know no one can teach you how to act. Either you have it or you don't. It can't be taught. You can go to acting classes and look at it as a gym to work that muscle, to get new material every day. But going there trying to learn how to act, it ain't gonna happen. And there's some amazing studios. They really are. I'm like, oh, okay, like teach you how to like, you know, emotionally attach or detached. Like, you know, a lot of these studios will fuck you up mentally and like rehash some things that you've suppressed or like that you've dealt with that you don't need to be rehashed, and it's not healthy.
That's why you got to find like the ones that are like good for you. You don't want something that's going to be like rehashing or taking off the Band-Aid, some shit you already patched up, and it's like, damn, now, because you see that all the time with actors who pull from certain things and then they're not right mentally after they do that role or something like that. So.
And then I feel like sometimes acting classes also too, they make you insecure. You're comparing yourself to like someone else in class, like, oh, he's really good, oh, she's really good, Or maybe I should try that. No, be you. Be you.
Be you, man.
Be you. Like you can't do what I do.
Yeah.
And I can't do what you do.
Yeah.
Especially not better than you. You can try, but you won't be able to master it.
Which ones were like the ones that really helped you be the best artist that you can be, you think?
I really liked Stan Kirsch.
Stan Kirsch, okay.
I stayed at his studio the longest, rest his soul. I think top of 2020, top of the pandemic, he committed suicide.
I think
sadly.
I remember. Yeah, damn.
But his studio is still open and still thriving. But I think that was like one of the last studios that I went to. But I literally was all over the city.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you know that stopping classes was starting to help you?
I don't think I actually knew. I was just tired of going. I was just like, they got boring to me. Like they're all saying the same thing, just in a different way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I already know this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally going to school for you to tell me what I already know. I just have to apply it.
Yeah.
You know, and trust.
Yeah. That's
that
a big
I
one,
have
trust.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to just trust yourself.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I just like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm just gonna take a break. Just gonna take a break and do me.
Did you have an agent or a manager at the time? Like, how did you go about getting that? Because you did all of this self-work, you're training, you're working on yourself.
Yeah.
So how did you get like your reps to start getting you out?
I've been through a few agent and managers. Robbie Reed cast me in my first project out here.
Robbie Reed?
So before I got cast in that project, it was my first like big feature film. I was doing background work. So that's how I started. Doing background work for Days of Our Lives. And I wanted to go to soaps because my mom was obsessed with that soap opera. So I was like, Mom, I'm on Days of Our Lives. And it was like cool. Like I would be a barista one day and, you know, they'll just give me different things to do. And then finally they gave me a line. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to be on Days of Our Lives. I was like so excited. And then it was like better than regular background work because on soaps, it's like you can go in there for... they're like really, really fast. So they'll shoot like 3 and 4 episodes in one day. And so like you're there for like 2-3 hours, but you're getting paid for the whole day. And it's off on weekends. It's like, it's the easiest and pay more than regular background work. So it was like, that was my bread and butter for a while.
Yeah.
And then, so after they gave me a line, I couldn't do background anymore because they couldn't like.
Yeah, your role. Yeah, exactly.
And then, so Robbie Reed gave me my first part in the movie, and I wasn't even SAG yet. And she was like, "You're not SAG?" And I was like, "No, I don't even know what that is." And then she was like, "It was like $3,200 to." I was like, "30? I don't have that kind of money." So I like called up on a good friend of mine, and he was like, "I got you." And I was like, "Thank you so much."
Yeah.
And then I did it, and so that film, along with Days of Our Lives, being on my resume.
Yeah.
A resume that I created and put a bunch of shit on there that I did not do.
Shut the fuck up.
I sure did.
What? Well, you put... wait. Before you
I'm
go
a
on.
hustler at heart.
Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's why people... That's why I want to give people the game and like the stuff that the stuff, you got to get creative. You got to do what you got to do to get it. So
creative in so many ways. You like the most creative thing I've ever done is with our agent, Danny.
Okay.
I don't know if she's going to kill me for saying this or not, but whatever. I don't know. But he didn't know I did this though.
Okay.
I created 2 profiles on Casting Network.
Okay.
And I wore a wig on one of my profiles and changed my name. And so I will go into the same commercial twice, but as 2 different people.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not lying.
What?
I did it for years.
Wait.
I was like, I want opportunity.
Wait,
and
so
they
you
finally fucking caught up with me because guess what? They cast Both of me.
You a lie. That's my next question. I was gonna be like, wait.
And I had to shut the other profile down.
To shut the profile.
I got in trouble.
Wait, what? Wait, so you would go in and see different people. Did you like, was one like no Natasha?
Yeah. Her name was Danny. She had a little twang.
And you put the New Orleans thing on.
Yeah. I would change clothes in my car. Pop the wig on. People would be driving by like, what is she doing?
What?
Pop the wig on, change my makeup a little bit. Yep.
And you would go in with a whole different.
These people, they really think all black people look alike because they never even on them went. So both.
That's amazing.
So Natasha and Danny got pinned, and I was like, oh fuck. And then Natasha and Danny got cast, and I was like, oh fuck.
What? For a commercial?
For a commercial.
Shut the fuck up. Wait. What did you do when they both got cast? Well, you're like, Danny's sick.
No, I actually wanted to get cast as Danny because I had never booked a commercial with that wig. So then I made myself unavailable as Natasha, and I worked as Danny.
What? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Hey man, you gotta be a hustler, y'all. You gotta get creative.
Do not. Casting do not like being deceived. They really don't.
What? You did like the clumps in real life. Like you was really like two different people.
I don't even know how I started it.
How did you? I'm like, you just came like, you know what? I'm a dude too, and then to do that for years. That's a long time to go in for two.
I don't know how. Oh, I know how I started. I know exactly how it started. I remember going to an audition, and I was like, damn, all the girls, we all look alike. We like all look alike.
Yeah.
Like, I want to stand out. So I purposely, because at the time, you had curly hair as a black girl, you was getting cast.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I'm going to purposely show up with my hair different to see if it makes it different. And I remember booking the job. And literally, I was not what my profile picture showed.
Yeah.
And they picked me. So I was like, okay. So then I started wearing the short hair because no black girl was rocking short hair. Everyone had the long weaves or curly hair. And that was it was like a Halle Berry looking cute little, and I was like, I'm going to name her Danny. And so when she started getting auditions a lot and getting pinned a lot, I was like, I'm going to create it. And that's how it started.
That's crazy. That's an amazing story. That's wow. And
you're the first person I ever told. I mean, my close friends know,
what?
But no,
exclusive.
Not a public.
That's
knows.
Crazy. But you were saying like how you got your agent. Like you had like you said you had a resume. You had stuff that
yes.
Yeah. Because you had the.
I'm such a con artist.
You said you had
my two characters.
The couple credits that you had, but then you had other stuff on there that you didn't book. So were you like, yeah, I was on Scandal and I was on this.
But they never like asked. I did it strategically with shows that had like 20 seasons they would never be able to actually find out if I did it or not. So I was just putting a bunch of shit on there. I do not suggest people do that.
That's hilarious.
I mean, of course, it's all off now, but it was to get my foot in the door. It was never on IMDb, but it was on my resume to like get the interview, to get the rep. So it made me look like I was more experienced than what I was.
And nobody ever asked, like, can I see the footage from that episode? Oh, no, they cut my scenes.
I had reels from, like, the shorts that I did and independent stuff. And, you know, you're really supposed to be really, really short, so you can't put everything on there anyway. So they just never asked. They
never asked, and you was able to get in. Dang. Okay. This whole podcast is to demystify the process, you know, of, like, breaking into the industry. So, like, I mean, you already been dropping some gems already, but like, what advice would you give like newer actors who are like just starting out in the business?
Newer actors who are starting, and there's a lot of actors that reach out to me, and I'm really sorry if I haven't, you know, got back to your DMs. It's very overwhelming, but I appreciate you trusting my advice and wisdoms. But first, you really gotta want to do this. You got to know why you're doing it. A lot of people just want to be on TV, just want to be popular. Like I've always wanted to be an actor. Always, always, always. I used to as a kid, I used to write to Full House. I used to write these letters like, I want to be on the show, not knowing. I don't know if the letters ever made it, but
yeah. But that's how much
I've always wanted to do it. And I wanted to do it whether I was getting paid or not. For a long time, they call it struggling actor for a reason. Like, you are going to struggle.
Yes,
you
you
do
are.
not make money for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It's not something you get into to make money.
No.
You're not. It rarely happens that you get overnight success. And overnight success for us as Black actors is 10 years.
Yeah.
That's our overnight.
Minimum. That's if you're
Minimum.
lucky. Like you still can be going.
You can still be going.
Yeah.
And so know that this is truly something you want to do. Know that you don't care about being judged. You have the confidence out of this world that you're not going to compare yourself to the next person. You really have to have thick skin. You have to be able to handle rejection well and know that certain doors close so the other one can open. It just is what it is. You can't have all the open doors.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you just can't, you know? Work on yourself, your self, not your talent self, your self, your inner self. You have to have a good foundation of whatever you believe in, something bigger than yourself. And know that gratitude is a necessity. Like you have to be grateful for where you are to even get to where you want to be. It's just not, I mean, you just have to.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So, and then don't stop. Don't give up.
How do you deal with rejection when you don't get a job or you get pinned and then you get released? Like,
Yeah.
how do you cope with that?
It ain't for me. What's for me is for me. I truly believe. And there's so many opportunities and so many jobs that I wanted, and I was like, I'm perfect for it.
Yeah.
And then when, you know, it comes out, I want to see who got the part, and I'm like, she was actually better for it. Like, I'm gonna give her flowers.
Were you always like that, or did you like what got you there? Because I know for me, I'll be like, yo, I should have got that shit. And I'm in a fucking sad place for like a day, and then I'm like, all right, let me get the fuck out.
My friends ask me that all the time. Like, how come you like? It's just God speaking to me. Just like He keeps me level-headed, and He keeps me knowing that He has something bigger for me. Like, Tosh, just be patient.
Yeah.
Just keep on honoring me. Just keep moving forward, and knowing that what is for you is for you. No one can take it from me.
Yeah.
It's in alignment.
Yeah.
And, you know, so like I feel like I get exposed to these beautiful opportunities and these beautiful roles to prep me for the one that is coming.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, I just know I know I got this right. I know I bagged it. And then I'm like, I'm like, really? I get it? Okay, I'm gonna see who got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then when I do see it, sometimes they look nothing like me. Sometimes they are a different race.
Yeah.
I find a lot of times I am too pretty for a role. I think I'm cute.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people think I'm like just so gorgeous, and thank you, I really appreciate it. But like, I don't carry myself around. I don't walk around like I'm like this bomb.com. But a lot of roles I'm too pretty for, and I can't be as gorgeous as the lead or as the person I'm playing opposite. It just won't. Is not what they're looking for.
Yeah, you can't show up the fucking leader of the show. The leader of the show on the poster, they be like, but who's that next to her? You can't. It's not good for marketing. Yeah. They're like, okay, we need to make her the fucking lead. If that's the case, we putting all the money here.
So most times when you get that close, they're like, okay, so then it comes down to the look. Do they have the look that we're going for that can play opposite of this person?
Yeah.
And all of that is important, especially when you don't have an A-list name. Like, you are secondary. Like, you are getting cast around this person that is already like the lead of the show. So I just can't take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it personal, y'all. There's always going to be another audition. even though, you know, it feels like that one is the main thing.
Yeah.
When you get it, you're like, no, this is it. This is the one that's going to change. It's like, no,
Yeah.
there's always going to be another one.
It's
TV
like,
shows, movies, they ain't going nowhere.
they're not going nowhere. It's like one of those Denzel Washington quotes. He's like, there's always room for one more. The one more is going to come.
Yeah.
It's just, are you going to hold on to, you know,
Yeah.
are you going to keep moving forward?
Are you going to still be pursuing this? Or are you going to, you know, let the rejection and all the hurdles get to you?
Then sometimes you do give up because you're like, man, I've been doing this for so many years. Giving up ain't an option for me. Just like, I legit love this so much. There's nothing else that I would rather do. So
And that's what you gotta have.
that keeps me going.
That's what you gotta. That's what you gotta have. If you feel like you can do something else, you need to do that shit.
Yeah.
Because this acting shit, you gotta be all in. There can't be no other outside shit that you think you can do. You got to be all in on this.
And I'm a jack of all trades. I've done a lot of things like to pay my bills on the side until like I get a big break. And then sometimes like, you know, I book a big job and I got to quit and I'm okay with that. Duh. But like for a long time, like especially in the beginning, I got heavy into poker and I love poker.
What?
Yeah, I play poker.
Oh, shit.
And I got lost in the money because I was so good. I didn't know how good I was.
What?
And I was so good. And like 3 years had passed by and I ain't booked no job. And I'm like, girl, you did not move out here to play no poker. If you don't get your life together.
You out there being a poker. You in poker tournaments.
I'm out here killing them.
But yeah, you get sidetracked if you just getting that bread. Like, oh yeah. And then you're like, wait, hold up. Is this really what I want to be doing? Like, it's not going to fulfill you like artistically.
No.
Or creatively. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I like to study people, so it was a studying thing for me too.
I mean, yeah, but I mean that all of that you went through still is gonna cater to your acting. Like there's gonna be a role for
absolutely.
a woman poker player. Or
Yes.
That's gonna be crazy. Just like, oh shit. So all of that is all lived experiences that you can apply to your acting. You said you got to really love this and really want this, and you know, I want to know what are you acting for?
What I'm acting for? I want to change lives. Like, I have so much empathy for people and what they go through and what people experience and what people never heal from. I want to touch people all over the world. People who feel like no one understands them and show them that someone does through my work.
I like that.
Like I get so deep and embedded in shows and films when I watch them. Like I literally can feel the emotions on the screen. I'm like, damn, like I want to give that feeling to someone.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies is 7 Pounds. Have you ever seen 7 Pounds?
Yeah, Will Smith.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And I cannot watch it without like bawling my eyes out because it's so deep.
Yeah.
But like to make a person feel like that, like, I don't know. It's just, I love it so much.
Yeah.
I want to inspire and make a difference and just help people through my work. And I feel like me as an artist and me, you know, sending a message, whatever message I'm telling at that time.
Yeah.
If it can help one person, I've done my job.
That's right.
I want to be, I feel like God used me as a vessel on many different levels, and acting is definitely one of the ways He's using me.
I love that. I love that. As a black woman in the industry, you go through, your journey is different than like mine and like other people. So what advice could you give to like younger, you know, women of color trying to pursue the business? Because you gave tips for like, you know, people like just as a whole, but I know it's a very specific stuff that you go through, like how you said you were going to like motherfucker's house to do, you know, it's like shit like that. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not gonna get nobody's gonna be like, hey Rick, come to my house and do.
Yeah, you know, I feel like being pretty is a blessing and a curse. Most definitely, I feel like as a woman, use what, in my personal experience, use what you're good at to get where you're going. And I naturally exude a lot of sex, not even trying to. And for a long time, I hated it, and I didn't want to go in being the hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or, being the sexy bartender. I'm like, no, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get submitted on those things. But it also is how I took my pictures too. My pictures were overly sexualized. So why would they call me in for a lawyer or a doctor? So you really have to pay attention to what you're selling. And then someone was like, just go in for those roles, build up your resume, and then show them you have the talent later. This is something that's not hard for you to do.
Yeah.
Then do that to get your foot in the door. You always could turn it down later, but you need that. This is a good credit to do. And that's how I got Ballers, because it was a very sexy role. But for a long time, I was like, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
But so I would say, like, and also, like, a lot of pretty girls, they want to do comedy, but like they don't come off as comedic when they go to these auditions. They feel like they have to wear a face full of makeup or be pretty. Like, you don't. Like, I actually started getting taken more seriously when I wasn't dressing up so cute. Like, I would go in bare face, or like not being so put together that they can see me in a different light. And then I used to love when I got the auditions to like be a slave or something, because I just wanted to look a hot ass mess. I wanted to put my Halle Berry shoes on and be like, I could play a crackhead. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to like a woman, know what you want out of this business and what you want to sell. If you want to go the comedy route, dress the part. If you want to be in the top 100 sexiest actors in the world, like, go show some cleavage,
Gotcha.
If you want to be taken very, serious as a professional, wear a blazer. Like, just know.
But know
your market.
Know your market and know what those roles look like and how they dress and with the wardrobe and the hairstyles.
And have these conversations with your reps. Like, look, I want to do X, Y, and Z. Do not submit me for this, or please submit me for these roles, because I know I can do them with my eyes closed, and then we can, graduate to like something better later. Okay, so I will say one thing. I have a couple of friends that look very, very young for their age. And they're tired of going in for the college or the high school. And I'm like, yo, use that to your advantage. You know how long your career going. I know you're grown as women, but like, people would die to go in for like a high schooler right now, looking like the next Bianca Lawson, right? Like, what? Use that. Like, take it. That's your gift that God has blessed you with to look so ageless. Then put that hat on. If you're an artist, if you're an actor, put that hat on and play that role and get this money.
Get that. Whatever's paying the bills, you better dive into that. But that's a good one, just to, whatever's casting, like whether you look too young and you're older and look young, or vice versa, use that.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's your gift. It's like, don't try to fight it and be like, no, I'm really 26.
Exactly.
I'm not 16. It's like, no, but that's how the casting sees you, or that's how the industry sees you. Use that, because there's so much work and so many paychecks you can be banking off of, and then
support yourself.
Exactly, and then you can break in.
And then you can break. If you're getting tired of going in for like the hot girlfriend, look at your headshots. What are you selling in this headshot? So maybe you should take another headshot then, and not wear so much makeup, and wear a button-up shirt or something. Like, it's the small things, because castings, they have very, very like tight vision. They have tunnel vision. Like, first impression is everything, and that's all they see is that little thumbnail picture, and they take it from there.
That's facts, man. Let's talk about Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. That I've first of all, I've never heard of a fucking commercial running no damn 5 seasons. That's more than like most TV shows.
It's literally a TV show. They have so many people that tweet time like, please, like, you guys should make this out of a TV show. This is the best this is the best series of commercials I've ever seen. I'm like so grateful to be a part of Dr. Pepper.
Oh my God.
And I almost did not go to the audition.
What?
I had the flu.
Also, you pulled a Michael Jordan flu game and went anyway.
I did not want to go. I was arguing with my agent. I was like, I can't even lift my head off this pillow.
Shut the fuck up.
And he was like, you're going. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I was 2 hours late.
What?
I did not. I went in there like, I don't even know how they cast me because I literally was like, I felt like shit.
What?
I felt like shit. And when I got the call back, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
What? So you...
And Danny was like, people book all the time when they're sick. I was like, what? Why? And I guess because they're not trying.
They're not trying. They don't care.
They don't care. And I did not. I wanted to get back in my bed.
I think when I took Killian's class, he was saying, like, that's what you want to do. Like, you have something. When you go to an audition, a callback, you want to have something going on outside of that audition that you want to get back to, that you have, like, some type of urgency to get back to. Mm-hmm. So it takes your mind off of the acting. And it relieves, like, stress and that neediness of like, now I want to get this job. Mm-hmm. So, you know, callback, it's like, all I do is call back because I got shit I got to do at the house, or I got to do, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So you do the callback. All right, guys, boom. And they're like, damn, he just felt like he didn't want it, but he did a good job. And it's like,
literally.
That's what, damn.
Yeah.
So when you got it, first of all, did you know it was going to be as big as it is now?
No, they didn't know neither.
Really?
Like, we weren't in. When we did it and the response that we got from it, and when they called us back for the second year, I was like, wait, what? Okay. And then you're like, just so many people started like writing in and commenting, and it went viral, and it just turned into this big thing.
That
and
shit
like,
is funny. It's clever shit. Like, that shit is good.
I have memes. I have a meme. I'm like, that's his Dr. Pepper head.
Dr. Pepper, yeah, that's Dr. Pepper head.
I was like, I have memes. Like,
yeah.
Last year, it was a Dr. Pepper wedding, and I had the Dr. Pepper wedding dress.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
My bouquet was the football, like, you know, like.
That's
amazing.
Wild.
People like dress up as like us for Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, they tag us in pictures.
Shut the fuck up. People dress up as you Halloween.
Nope, Natalie.
Wow.
And Natalie in certain countries, it means Natasha as well. So, like, it was meant for me to have this role.
How did you get mayor of Kingstown?
I auditioned for that role. I was in Atlanta at that time filming a movie.
Uh-huh.
The Deadliest Lie, that's on Tubi right now.
Check that out.
I play a crazy bitch.
What?
And I get this audition. I had been on set for like 12 hours, and I get this audition, and it was for another role first. I went in for the role of his, I guess his secretary.
Okay.
If you've seen the show.
Yeah, I watched that stuff, yeah.
I went in for that role, and then they was like, oh, we want to see her for Cherry. And I was so tired. I barely looked at the script. And I was like, okay. But sometimes you pick up a script and it just digests.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at it one time and knew it.
What?
Like, it was just in my bones. Because she was in prison, I did it when I first woke up looking like crap. So I didn't even wash my face. I wore a wig for this film, so I didn't pop the wig on. So I already had cornrows. And, I mean, I'm filming a movie, so I didn't have any wardrobe to be in, like I was in jail or whatever. But it was cold in Atlanta at the time, so I had like a little jogger suit. So I just wore that, and I just tapped into some past things that has happened to me that I had fully healed from, that I knew wouldn't like hinder my growth or set me back. So
that's a good one. That's a good one to know. You have the self-awareness to know, like, all right, I know I'm here for this, and I know there's no way of rehashing this and bringing this back up. That's
gonna fuck me up later. And so I did it, and we didn't hear anything for a long time, so I didn't think anything. I had completely forgot about it when my manager called and told me I had it. I was like, what role are you talking about? Because it was months later. I found out like a week before my birthday. I had auditioned for this in February, and I didn't book it until April. So sometimes it's a long time.
Wow, yeah.
Just because you don't hear anything, sometimes not hearing anything is a good thing. And And when she told me I was going to be filming in Toronto, I was like, really? I was so freaking happy.
I bet.
Yeah.
And how was that? Like, once you got out there, like, did you, like how did you get into character? Like, what was that like?
I mean, we were isolated because it was during the pandemic, so I kind of felt like I was in prison anyway. I couldn't really be around people. It was lonely, so I don't know. Like I've been to jail before, so
Okay.
It wasn't hard for me. Like sometimes you don't want to overstudy, overdo it.
Yeah.
You just want to trust that you place yourself in that environment and you live your truth for what it's going to be for you. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like if I was in this place and there was no coming, there was no out.
Yeah.
Like this is it.
Yeah.
How miserable, how alive would you really be? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're kind of dead inside. So.
Because some people think they got to put on like a character, but you like kind of pulled like levels of yourself up and then turn some down and try to fit yourself into like how would you react under
I
certain
fit myself in
circumstances.
all of my roles.
Really?
Yeah, all of my roles.
So you like turn certain parts of yourself up and down.
Turn it on, turn it off.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It
was like, I remember like being in the scene, the table scene where she came in and talked to me. She kept stopping. She was Miss Diane. She kept looking at me. She was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm okay." And she was like, "Can we get her some water? I don't know if she's okay." And I'm like, "Lady, I am fine." But like people say all the time, if you look at me, you can get lost in my eyes. She looked like she wanted to cry looking at me doing my scene.
Damn. I mean, that means you did your job.
Yeah. And I was like, I remember calling my manager like, "Oh my gosh, Miss Diane Weiss, like she got all choked up and she couldn't even get her lines out because she was so worried about me."
What?
Yeah.
Damn. That's a whole different level of breaking. Like,
but I had something deep that I dug into that helped me a lot with that character.
That's dope. That's dope that you're able to access that. And that's what it is as an actor. You have to know what's going to make you tick in certain moments and what you can tap into that's healthy. Yeah. And that's the main thing. Tap into something healthy that's not going to, fuck you up later on, but what's going to help suit the scene. Depending, everybody has different techniques or whatever they do, but yeah, that's a good one, man. You killed it. Yeah, I watched all your stuff. I was like, sheesh.
Thank you. Everyone wanted to see her come back because you don't know what happens to her. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, maybe next season. Who knows?
Fingers crossed.
Who knows?
What's some of the best advice you've received?
Oh, some of the best advice I've received. Just keep swimming.
Dory?
I have a real life like angel. My friend Leah passed away in a car accident a few years ago, and I have Just Keep Swimming on back of my mom. She used to be a really good swimmer. She tried to teach me how to swim.
Wow.
And I just realized this year when I tried to learn how to swim again that my fear of water is attached to Hurricane Katrina as well, and it just came to me why I'm like so like I love water. I go to sleep to like ocean waves and raindrops and all that, and I miss rain so much, but like large bodies of water, it's very powerful, and I just feel like I'm gonna get swept away. And I just put two and two together this year, but she used to always tell me, just keep swimming, Tosh, but not specifically dealing with the pool and learning how to swim. It was just in life in general. Just keep swimming. Like, don't allow your past dictate your future. When you move on from something, move on from it. And forgiveness is a huge, huge thing. Like, a lot of people allow their past to control their future. So I have so many beautiful, intelligent, like talented people in my life that just speak encouragement words to me on a daily basis. But I mean, I guess the best advice would be from God. It's His will, not mine.
It's His will, not mine. That's great, man.
Just
That's
keep
good.
swimming.
I thought you were about to quote Nemo, but it was the deepest thought. I was like, oh, damn. If you had to start all over again in acting, like if you started right now, in the way that the industry is now, where it's like all self-tapes, because we came from a time where you were able to go into the room and it wasn't self-tapes and pre-pandemic. What's something you would do to like get started? Like, how do you think you will start as an actor starting right now in this industry that it is now?
I probably would go the social media route.
Like as far as like reaching out to casting directors, or like doing like creating your own work, or like what?
Creating my own content and getting known or popular in that route, because I feel like I wouldn't know any better, or like how much of background and depth that you actually need to survive. Like a lot of people, because of social media and because of all these skits and all these things going viral and popularity, and a lot of these influencers are booking work and like getting shows, and I that's probably the way I would do it, being a cute girl. Will I get very far going that route? Probably not. But you asked what I would do, not knowing anything. That's probably what I would do.
Let's get into the speed round now.
Oh, jeez.
Let's wrap it up with speed round. Other than like the big time actors like Denzel, Viola, like superstars, who would you like to share the screen with?
There's two people I really want to share this screen with. One is Thandie Newton.
Thandie Newton.
People compare me to her a lot. My nickname used to be Beloved. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
I saw it a long time ago. Oprah, yeah.
And we legit look like twins in it. So I know she lives in she's in Brit or whatever.
Okay.
So I would love to share the screen with her as like, I don't know, playing her daughter or younger sister.
Yeah.
And I also would love to share the screen with Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana, okay. I can see some Zoe. Yeah. I see that. Yeah. Okay. Zoe Saldana and Thandie Newton.
I can't say Denzel.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be Denzel.
It's always going to be Zell.
Always.
If you could choose one genre to act in for the rest of your career, what would it be?
Oh, that's good. One genre. Dramedy? That's cheating, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's still a genre. You like, that's like 2 in 1, so I'm gonna do that one. Hey, it's your question. Yeah, dramedy. All right.
Yes.
Dramedy. If you ran Hollywood, what's the first thing you would change about it?
Equality for minority actors, for people of color. We would be on the same pay scale as everyone else.
I like that. The first thing I do when I get to set is blank.
Pray.
I like that. If I weren't an actor, I would be blank.
I guess model.
Model?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be a model.
Besides acting, I'm also very good at blank.
Oh, so many things.
Okay. Like what?
Personal training.
Okay.
Poker.
Oh yeah, you said that, poker.
I am actually a celebrated poker player. I won a few tournaments.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm a licensed esthetician.
Oh shit, getting them facials and shit going. Okay.
I am good at. So whenever I put my mind to.
I like that.
Like I'm really just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Do it all. The first thing I do when I get in an audition is blank.
Figure out what this character will wear. Like her style. Ooh. I'm really into like, I connect my characters with their clothing and their hair first. I gotta see them before I really get into the material. It's weird.
Oh no, that's your process. That's why it's cool. Like to figure everybody's process. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Last one.
These are fun.
Yeah. It's the zombie apocalypse. You're in a bunker. You're gonna be there for some time. You only get one TV show, one movie, and one album.
TV show, movie, album. Fuck.
So, because you're in there for a while, so you need some entertainment. What's that one movie? What's that one TV series? And what's that one album that you taking with you?
Ooh, they got so many good ones.
But you can only have one.
Okay, one TV show. I gotta think of something with a bunch of seasons. Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy is a TV series? Okay.
One film.
Yep.
American Gangster.
Oh, American Gangster.
And what? One album?
One album.
Sade.
Ooh.
They're all so opposite.
Yeah, that's what you got. You got some variety up in there. You got.
They're all so
It's
weird.
like you got some gangster, American Gangster. You got Frank Lucas. You got Grey's Anatomy.
What the hell? They're so.
Then I'm get some Sade.
I know. Like, now let me calm my nerves and go out in peace.
Yeah.
What? Hey, man.
You got levels to this shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Tosh, this was amazing, man.
It was so much fun.
I'm so glad you were able to do this. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That's your camera right there. If you have any last minute gems, anything you can think of to help the next generation of aspiring artists, actors, please feel free to give them some game. And then, if you got
goofy guy.
if you got something, give it out. That's what this is. And then after that, what's next for you? What you got down the pipeline, and where can people follow you?
Okay. As far as gems, or what I will tell people who are inspiring to be in this industry, I'm just going to reiterate: have something higher than yourself that you truly believe in, that will keep you grounded. Have a purpose for why you are doing this, and never stop working on yourself. Never stop filling your own cup.
That's good.
Faith is something strong. Like what they say, faith without works is dead.
Yep.
Like anytime you feel like you are wavering and you're giving up, or you're anxious, or you have anxiety, you got to you're questioning your faith. Either you believe it or you don't. You can't have both. You can't worry and have faith. It doesn't go hand in hand. So either you're going to believe what God's word is and his promises to you, and only you know what those promises are, because they sit in your gut, they're in your spirit. Like they wouldn't be there if God didn't put them there. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to you got to keep replaying that in your head. Every morning I start my morning with meditation, with prayer. I have my time. I want clarity. I want to hear, I want to cleanse myself for what God has for me, what I'm about to receive. I want to be in a sound place and mind space that I can receive it. I want to have the strength of, to soar on wings of eagles, just like he said that I could.
Wow.
So I just think you have to know yourself, know your true authentic self. Don't change for anyone. Don't follow anyone else's lead. Just do you and believe in you. If no one else believes in you, believe in yourself. I had so many people tell me what I wasn't going to do and what I wasn't going to be. And I was like, okay.
I will show you.
Okay. Yeah.
I love that. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
What's next for you? You got any projects down the pipeline?
I just filmed a movie. I think they're going to rename it, so I don't even want to say that name. They go through names sometimes, but I definitely will post it on my social media. I'm actively always posting something encouraging and inspiring on Twitter every single day at Natasha Marc, my name.
Okay.
My Instagram at Natasha Marc. I have a fitness page at Beauty Mart Fitness.
Come on.
A lot of things are in the works. Prayers up that they get sold and, get picked up. But I definitely will keep you guys posted as soon as they come about. Amazing Vitas. That's what I shot top of the year. That is looking for a home right now. So that's going to be distributed next 2023, the Amazing Vitas. I think it's going to be a film first, though.
Okay, Amazing
Yeah.
Vitas. Okay. I think that's with Trevor Jackson. Okay, yeah, I'll check that
With
out
Trevor
when that
Jackson.
drops.
You know.
Mayor of Kingstown is on Paramount Plus.
Yes, it is. We just hit over 18 million views. So
Come
if
on.
you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Stream that joint.
Dr. Pepper season 5 is running right now.
Yeah, boy.
We shot 6 spots for this season, so they're still releasing them. They're going to be playing throughout the rest of the year. So,
Hey man, y'all check those out, man.
yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Givin Game, the podcast with my girl Natasha Marc. She dropped some gems for y'all today. I hope y'all pick them bad boys up, put them to use. If you really like what you heard, all my listeners out there, everybody watching, please follow the station, subscribe, like, comment. It really helps out the channel. We got some dope guests coming, man. So I'll see y'all next week with a new guest, with some new game. We out. Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.